Hey y'all, so we're getting some carbs today. We got had posing earlier with my posing coach and a check in this morning, and then we got another one with my normal prep coach coming up after that, and actually after this meal, and so we're gonna get up with him too. We're carbing up today, so we're gonna make a little carb up treat. I make it a little simple, a little easy. You might like it, you might not like it, but that I like it, and that's all that matters to me. So, anyways, here we go. This is my buddy Hunter over there at Complete Health. He's got the Bio-Whey over there, Nutristat chocolate peanut butter cup, and I talk about this a lot, and that's really just because I've had a lot of crappy proteins and taste bad. And if it tastes bad, you ain't gonna stick with it. Let's be honest. So that's just the one I like to use, and it's clean, and I use as much as my coach tells me to use when I'm using that. All right. So we're gonna get started. That's the main ingredient. Other than we got your old-fashioned oats here by Quaker. And then I got my favorite natural peanut butter, which is Richard's. You have to stir that and keep it in the fridge. So make sure you keep it in the fridge because it doesn't have all the preservatives like a normal peanut butter does, like Jif or some of your other peanut butters. If you look on the back of the label, it says it's mainly palm oil. It's not really peanut butter. Anyways, let's get started on this little recipe here. All right. I got your bowl already on the scale, and this is the way I make it to make it easy. So I'm just going to turn the scale on. What that does is zero the scale out. So we got 0 on the grams now. And I'm supposed to have, let me double check, but I should be having, I believe it is 59, odd number, but hey, it's math. I used to hate math, but my dad made me do it. All right. Anyways, we'll zero that scale out. Pour the oatmeal on there. Excuse the shaking. Can't be getting too much. All right, you see that? That's 59 on the dot. We are not messing around. Now you press that power button again, and that'll zero it out. You didn't see me do that, but that's what you have to do. All right. Well, now what we're going to do, though, is before we add the whey protein or the peanut butter, we're going to go ahead and put your water in there. Now, this is just kind of personal preference. If you like it a little soupier, make it a little soupier. But I don't like it too soupy, and I can add extra water later after I heat the oatmeal up. So let's go ahead and do all that. Well, that's a little soupier than I like, but we'll make it work. So Quaker usually says about 3 minutes in the microwave. Some people will take the time to make this on the stove top, but when you're in a rush in the morning, and normally when I'm not taking off work to do like a show like this, I'm in a rush, working man, I'm trying to do things the easy and fast way. It might taste a little bit better if you do it on the stove, that's, if you want to take the time to do that, and that's on you, but I'm all about convenience and efficiency. So, and that's why, with this meal prepping, if you're gonna meal prep, because see, normally I have carbs like this in my meals. The only reason we cut out the carbs the last few weeks is just because we're bodybuilding. I mean, doing a little bit extreme at the end to get a little bit more fat off, towards the end, but that's not going to help you long term. You can't do that long term. So you need to keep some healthy carbs in, some good rice and oatmeal, potatoes, and make sure you're getting in your vegetables with all those carbs, and it'll help digest, slow down the digestion, and make your metabolism work a lot better. A lot of people say my metabolism is slow, but usually it's lack of fiber in their diet. So they're having all these carbs, but they're not having the fiber to slow the digestion and make the digestion efficient. And then they become resistant to glycogen. Just to drop a little knowledge. I may be a country boy, but I'm learning, I'm learning quite a bit about all this stuff. So here we go. We'll just wait on this oatmeal. And but yeah, I really like this protein, and if you go over there, just tell them Will sent you. But I ain't trying to push no products I don't use, but you see me using it. And if you look at the label here, because there's a lot of protein powders out there, and excuse me if it doesn't focus, and it's not going to focus too good on me, I don't think. I ain't got too fancy of a camera, but it's 25 grams a serving. But what you have to look at is you have to go down to the ingredients and see what kind of ingredients it has in it. This is an isolate, so it's a lot finer. It's got a lot of your lactose removed, because a lot of people are lactose intolerant and they have trouble with certain proteins. And then they're like, oh, well, when I have a protein drink, it messes up my stomach and things like that. Chances are you're using a very cheap, poor protein powder. And it's not like this is just a supplement. Protein powder is a food. So if you're going to buy it, don't think of it as like, oh, I'm going to get some fat burner that doesn't work, or some extra thing. Like, it is food. So that's why, us bodybuilders put all the best quality foods in our body, and that's why I use this protein. It's not, if I didn't like it, I've told Hunter before, if he had something I didn't like, which isn't often, I went in there and told him, like, man, this sucks. And he's like, all right, well, how can we make it better? And so, that's just how he's always been with me. That's why I'm so excited to be an affiliate with them, because, they're understanding, and I'm not trying to hurt no one's feelings when I tell people stuff like that. But, hey, you spend your hard-earned money on something, you're allowed to be a little bit upset if it isn't exactly, what you were expecting. So, alright, so what I did here was I zeroed the scale out again. It says 0. And if you were just making this for yourself, you would just do a scoop of protein. But like, I'm measuring everything right now because it's one day away from the show. So I'm having 45 grams of whey protein isolate, so I have to weigh it. I just get my little scoop here. And we will. Sorry, I ain't got no camera person. I ain't no Chris Bumstead. And my coach will kill me if it's even a gram more, so we gotta make sure it's right. Sometimes that takes a little camera shaking, sorry. Alright, we got 45 grams on the money. Alright, now this is where it'll get a little more towards your preference too, because this is kind of like a chocolate. I call it, I think old Bumstead makes something similar, but I just call it chocolate oats. I mean, that sounds more just the way I talk, kind of, I guess. But so now we're gonna mix it in. I don't know if you can see there or not. There we go. And that's all. So see, I get why you would make it on the stove, um, because you could heat it up a little more. But what I'm about to do is like, okay, it's a little thick, so I'm just gonna pour a little extra water there and mix that on in. And now this, I'll tell you right now, this is gonna look weird. It's not gonna look good, but it's gonna taste good. Doing it with one hand, so cut me a break. All right, that's pretty good there. That's about how I want it. So what I'll do now is it's pretty much finished. But um, depending on what you like, if you like almond butter or what have you. But my coach has me having peanut butter, which I like, so that's not a big deal. Um, just 1 second. I'll sit you down here. That's the Richards. I can get the top off with one hand. I'm supposed to be strong. Alright, so now that the scale's zeroed out, I'll get a 16 grams here maybe eventually. And this is the bad part. You can't ever lick the knife when you're a bodybuilder because that's an extra gram or two. If you're at home, that ain't gonna bother you. Just trying to get into shape. All right, one last shot of it, and then I gotta eat. All right, there we go, and I'm gonna mix that peanut butter in, and it's gonna be mighty, mighty tasty. Just quick little recipes, that's what I'm trying to do because, you're on the go, trying to get stuff in. This is simple. You could make this beforehand and carry it with you to work and eat it cold if you like it like that. Some things I do like cold. But anyways, I got to get this meal in, so y'all take it easy.